Welcome back to Man2Man, a show that focuses on men's issues like drugs, alcohol, and everything concerning men. Today on our studio, we have again Mr. Ntsikelelo Ntleki, our designer, and we're talking all things fashion and men. Mr. Ntleki,
Yes, sir.
your story is very interesting, man.
Yeah,
I'm loving it so much, Mtagwetu. You're reading here, Mr. Credo Motwa.
Yeah, in about my children, yes.
Yes. It's a very interesting book. Can you please tell us a bit about it?
In about my children, ibhalwe ngutata uVusa Mazulu Muthwa, one of the greatest Sanusis that ever lived apha eMzantsi. Kule ncwadi you've got African history, yabo, and folk tales, yabo. As babe ndisentshilo ukuthi i-label yam being uVato, so it's got a whole lot of African aesthetics to it.
Yeah.
So this is one of my inspirations when I founded the label.
Yeah.
Just because I understand ukuthi there was indlela sasicommunicate ngayo singabantu before writing ngolu hlobo. So ezi zezinye zencwadi eziqulathe ulwazi olunjalo, there are some symbols in there, possibly show you later, but there are some symbols in there of which I have incorporated them within my garments.
Wow.
Yes. So that's a wealth of knowledge. So that's one of the books I just like to read from time and time again.
You would recommend it for any man out there?
I would recommend it for any proud African,
Yeah.
anyone who likes to know their roots, about this continent, about this country, about just mankind as in general, you know.
Wow,
Yeah,
man. Before we go again into the fashion world, you have a motto or philosophy. It's very interesting. Tell me about it.
Thing is, I love gardening and ndiyakuthanda nyhani. It's just a matter of uhlonipha nohlonela indalo, just because silapha nje nathi sidaliwe.
Yeah.
So for ube kanti singabantu abaphila ngendlela efanelekileyo, funeka ube kanti indalo nathi siyakwazi ukuyihlonipha, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I love gardening. This philosophy that you're talking about, it's a quote that I actually came up with. I coined it. The greatest form of gratitude is planting at least half of the seeds of what you consume.
Wow.
This was in Denzig. I was talking to a friend earlier. If you have an apple in your hand, uyalitya uligqibe then ulahle sasikhondo, ne? But
Yeah.
did you know ukuthi within that apple there could be a maximum number of about 10 seeds? So when you have that apple in your hand, there's a potential of like 10 trees in your hand.
That you can actually plant.
Replant, yes.
Wow.
If you
that's
can
so
go like
interesting.
into my yard now, I've got like little pot plants and smaller nyana garden, other than the garden that you know in the farm. But
Yes.
I would use anything like an old rotten tomato that I did not use. I would like replant it, and it will grow back like in plenitude. You know what I'm saying? So I actually use that motto, also knowing that nature is the best teacher. So most of the things, even my inspiration in design, how colors come together. Maybe you wouldn't think like purple and gold would come together, but you would be in the field and you'd be looking like a seeding artichoke.
Wow.
And you would say like this gold and this pink, they actually come together, but you wouldn't have thought it. But if you were to take some time and just observe patterns in nature, how colors come together, how things move about,
You could learn a lot.
you could learn a lot, you know.
Yo, okay. So how different are you from the rest in fashion-wise now?
Yeah, as I was saying, ukuthi mina, I like to kancinci just step outside of that fashion designer category, more of like a visual artist. Hence, I was saying books like that, they provide me with a wealth of knowledge that I can be able to translate them within my garments. Yabo, impahla ziyathetha, it's not just about unxibile olu hlobo, there's a whole lot of into ezinoyithetha impahla xa uyinxibile. So I use that African wealth of knowledge ndiyifunda on a daily, inspired by nature, and that's how I would say I'm what's different from any other designer.
And you've shown your work around the world, obviously. Like,
Back in 2014, I was fortunate enough to be invited to African Fashion Week in Toronto, Canada.
Toronto, Canada.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So I was fortunate enough to go there back in 2014, And the same year, I also did an international fashion show, but it was here in Joburg, Vukani Fashion Week. And I was also invited to other fashion events, but one of the challenges that I experienced was getting funding so that I can actually go showcase to those venues. In that year alone, 2014 and 2015, I think I had about 5 international invites.
Wow.
But I could only make 2 out of that 5, you know.
No, but that makes you, that puts you on another level. In 5 international invites
Yeah,
as a fashion designer.
someone
Or
being
Lapa,
self-taught,
Cape
yeah,
Town.
being self-taught food at the same time, you know.
Being
Yeah,
self-taught,
it
you
meant a
never
lot
went
to
to
me.
a school.
Yeah.
You are just drinking from Otato Motwa. Very interesting.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Oh,
man.
okay. So how's the journey been like from when you started till so far?
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite challenging, and I would say the biggest lesson for me is patience. As I was saying, Uguti, I'm not like any other person who will go to school and get a diploma in 3 years. After that, maybe get a job or go open a business, maybe go get a loan just because you've got credentials and stuff like that. I don't have formal credentials and formal qualifications. So you can imagine how hard it is for me, you know. And you would meet some possible business acquaintances, maybe trying to link up and like merge with you, and you will see, hey, this person is a charlatan, you know. They are trying to rob you of your own skill. So those are some of the challenges that I have faced up until now. So I mean, everything has been coming all right, but it's slow, you know, just slow.
So would you say that you close to your dreams now, or are you anywhere close, or you still have a long way to go?
It's funny that you asked that, but I've been living my dream like for the past 10 years now. Yeah. One thing I told myself was that I do not want to believe, Uguti, I have a better day to live somewhere in the future.
Oh.
Yeah, I would rather live my dream now today. So hence I'm saying I've been living my dream for the past like 10 years or so. I've dressed like many artists. They might not be like international or well-known South African artists.
Yes.
But what I'm trying to say is that whatever I see myself doing, ultimately, I've been doing it for the past 10 years already, but it's just that it's on a smaller scale.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So I've been grateful enough to acknowledge that. Just because if I'm gonna say, Uguti, I am not content with what I have now, and I'm always looking forward or towards something even better, I might not even find it.
Wow.
Suppose I need to appreciate what I have right now at the moment, you know. So I've been living my dream for the past 10 years.
Wow, Ntsikelelo, thank you so much, man. Let's just quickly go to an ad break.
Okay.
You sitting with us here with Ntsikelelo Ntleki, a fashion designer, aka Svitch. We'll quickly go into an ad break and we'll see you now.